What is up, meal prepping family? It's Bobby, and today we are gonna rock some easy and tasty chicken meal prep. And I don't care if you're a beginner or a downright boss in the kitchen, this recipe is right up your alley, and I know you're gonna love it. So I hope you're ready for tasty chicken meal prep. Spice crusted, oven roasted, bone on chicken cooked until golden brown, served with crispy potato pancakes and a red cabbage crunch slaw. So here's the deal. Subscribe to my channel if you like healthy meal prep, easy recipes, and hella big flavor. Because we're rocking out new recipes every Friday morning, and I would love for you to join the Flav City community. In front of me, I have 6 chicken drummies and 6 bone-on, skin-on chicken thighs. Now the recipe only calls for 10, but I wasn't gonna leave 2 lonely soldiers in the packet to suffer. I'm gonna cook them all in the oven. The only possible thing we can do to make this even more bomb, you got it, make a spice rub. So in front of me, I have 4 spices. Let's add a teaspoon of garlic powder to the bowl, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon and a half of ancho chili powder, and a teaspoon and a half of smoked paprika. Give the spices a good mix up. And now that I think about it, these spices are kind of like a barbecue flavoring, along with crispy potatoes and slaw. This is like a wintertime indoor posh barbecue. All right, before we hit up the chicken with these spices, let's dust over a good pinch of salt, and then a liberal dusting of the spice rub. Flip the chicken over and repeat. And then to help that marinade really get into the chicken, I'm gonna drizzle over a shot of oil. And then debling and soft tissue massage. Now Desi actually just brought up a good point. It does seem like a decent amount of salt, right? Well, chicken needs a lot of love in the seasoning department. But a lot of you guys are leaving comments lately saying you're on a low salt diet. And I love to hear that, because all you have to do is put less salt on than I just used. And then at the end of the recipe, after it comes out of the oven, take some lemon juice and make it rain all up on that chicken's business, and that'll wake up the flavor. That is a great replacement for salt. Make sure you wash those chickeny hands, pick up the old sheet tray, and pop this in the oven for exactly 1 hour. All right, let's move on to the crispy potato pancakes, which I'm so excited to make with you guys because I love crispy taters. So I have a ginormous floating bowl of 3 pounds of sweet potatoes and Idaho russet potatoes. Trivia question time. Leave a comment below if you can tell me why I peeled these and then immediately plunged them into cold water. Now I'll move this aside, and I'm really excited also to use old Bessie here, my food processor. I rarely get to use this beast because you could do this by hand, right? Old school, abuela, grandmother style with a grater. But if you have a grater attachment on your food processor, this will be done lickety split. So let's take the potato out here, give it a quick pat dry, and then put it through the processor. Dude, that is awesome. Old school grater, you're gone. Technology, you're in, baby. And then add 1 yellow onion. All right, the onion is gonna add a nice amount of sweetness. Now here's the deal. If you want crispy AF potatoes, and I do, we have to get rid of the moisture in this mixture because the potatoes and the onions are loaded with water. So what I'm gonna do is add some of this to a towel, and then fold it up, and then literally squeeze as hard as you can for your workout for the day. And you'll see, look at that. So much moisture comes out of this. It's best to use some kind of towel or a tea towel with this. People have used a salad spinner, but I think using some brute force like this is the best way to get the moisture out. Wow, it's a heck of a workout, I'm telling you. And then place this in a clean bowl. And for this recipe, you guys, I'm using 2/3 ratio of Idaho russet and 1/3 sweet potato. You can't really use any more of the sweet potatoes because they don't have enough starch and the mixture won't bind together. Is it me, or does it look like I have a ginormous bowl of mozzarella and shredded cheddar in front of me? But we have to make it come together and taste even better. So I have 2 eggs. Let's crack them and get them in the bowl. All right, because I like bubbles, like Michael Jackson likes bubbles, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of baking powder in here. This is actually gonna make the inside of the potato pancakes very light and crispy.
Michael Jackson bubbles.
Michael Jackson used to have a chimpanzee named Bubbles that he used to love. You guys knew that, right? Everyone knows that. in his fantasy line. What's that called? Someone tell me what that's called. Oh, UPS, yellow.
Amazon.
Check that, it was the Amazon delivery guy. All right, back to work here. We need another binder. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. You could also use flour if you wanted to. Pinch in half a teaspoon of salt, a few cracks of black pepper, and then shake in a tablespoon of fresh parsley. If you guys have not tried my parsley hack, get on it. Once again, as soon as I get home from the grocery store with a bouquet of parsley, I chop it up, I put it into a ramekin, and I cover it with plastic wrap, put it in the fridge, and then it stays for 2 weeks fresh, and it's ready to pinch over anything you want. I don't know how I discovered that, but it's one of the best hacks I know. Diebling again, and then mix this up really well with your paws. The mixture looks a little dry to me, so I think I'm gonna crack 1 more egg and add that. Okay, let's preheat a cast iron pan over medium-high heat. Actually 2 cast iron pans because I wanna get this done and in my pie hole ASAP. I'm gonna drizzle in a couple teaspoons of grapeseed oil. I'm gonna grab about a 1/4 cup of mixture and just pat it together. And then use a spatula to safely put it in. And then flatten it out just a little more. After about 5 minutes, let's give them a flip. Perfect. Golden brown is exactly what you want to see. Let's go another 5 minutes on this side and then get them out. All right, the last of the sweet potato pancakes are out and they look unbelievable. They smell great. Now, if you think they might not be cooked all the way through, just chuck them in the 300-degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Speaking of the oven, the chicken has been in exactly 1 hour. Let's grab that. Oh, this chicken smells so bomb. Look at this, you guys. The spices have formed a really nice crust on top. It's not burned at all. It's just those smoked paprika and the ancho chili forming the crust, but the smells are legit. All right, the last thing we have to do is pair this food with my red cabbage crunch slaw. It's raw, it's crunchy, it's zippy, and it complements this cooked, rich food perfectly. Start off with 1 package of cabbage slaw. I like to use a store-bought kind for this. Then add a couple tablespoons of roasted and chopped walnuts, a couple tablespoons of raisins, and then use a mandolin to finely grate 1 apple. I like to use my Michael Jackson glove here to protect my hand. Woohoo! Then squeeze over the juice of 1 lemon to prevent the apple from turning brown or oxidizing, and add that to the bowl. And for the dressing, we'll keep it simple. Just add some low-fat mayonnaise to a bowl, squeeze in the juice of 1 lemon, a pinch of salt, a few cracks of black pepper, and then whisk it all up. So you guys know the rules for salads. You do not want to dress them until the day you want to eat it, or ideally right before you want to eat it. Otherwise, the slaw or the salad will get really, really soggy and wet. By the way, 2 Michael Jackson references in 1 video. Who does that? Less talking, more eating. Let's plate this dish. Slap down a couple pieces of chicken on a plate. Then go in with a few of the crispy potato cakes, and then a nice scoop of the cabbage crunch slaw. Dude, how good does this look? It's easy backyard barbecue meal prepping. I so didn't mean for this recipe to be barbecue style, but it turned out to be that way in a majorly elevated way. I'm going after this barbecue style. I'm just missing an ice cold beer. Chicken on point. Hey, in backyard barbecues, we don't use forks and knives, right? Just pick this up grizzly bear style. You guys, the spice crust on that blackened chicken is next level flavor. Those potato pancakes are nice and golden on the outside, creamoso in the middle and full of flavor. We need a bit of texture. Where's my fork? I can't go caveman style with my slaw. Hold on. Crunchy is just the way I like it, and it's acidic, it's bright, and it's zippy from all that lemon juice, which cuts through the richness of the potato pancakes and the chicken. You guys, this recipe is the bomb. I want you to put this in your pie hole and tag me on social media when you do. So the recipe is down below in the description box. A lot of you guys are asking where the storage and reheating is. When you click the recipe link, it'll take you to my page. Underneath the recipe is always the storage and reheating. Make sure you spread the love. share this video, subscribe to my channel, shower me with love. If you want to see 2 more awesome videos, check out the ones below me, but I'll see you next Friday like I always do. Until then, hashtag keep on cooking, mad love. I'm going back to my barbecue. Peace.